Welcome back to the Shop Mini RC, everybody. I'm Ken, and today we're looking at a new FMS FCX18 truck. This is going to be awesome. It's on the FCX18 platform, and we are excited to show this. So this is FMS's first EV, sort of. It's an EV Hummer. Look at that, GMC Hummer EV. Pretty cool. There's the back, so you can kind of see some of the specs. It comes in black and white. We got the black. Very cool. And then there's a little story on the back well, sort of a story. You can pause and read if you'd like. We're going to get this guy on the bench, show you what's in there, drive it a little bit, give you our thoughts and feelings, and yeah, should be fun. Let's go. All right, let's get into this guy. Now, we have done quite a few FCX platform vehicles, so if you really want a deep dive, you can check out our FCX18 LC80. And what else do we have? FCX18 with. Really, the LC80 we go pretty deep on, so you can check that out. We'll see how deep we go here. Here's all the instructions, all that good info. Let's go ahead and open her up. So we're all pretty familiar with this remote. This is a V5. So I have a video on the V5s. I'll put that over there as well. You can do rear steer mixing with this. So four-wheel steer mixing, if you have a four-wheel steer rig that's set up, all you really need is another front axle. And as long as the receiver, the ESC receiver combo, can accept another servo, then you are good to go. Oh man, that looks good. Look at the paint on this thing. It's got it's got flake in it. Wow, that looks really good. Does the hood open? No. The bumper. The scale details on this thing are fantastic. It's all licensed, officially licensed. Is the tailgate open? No, it's not opening. That's unfortunate. They could have made an opening tailgate. That would have been cool. Not a problem though. Still looks really good. I love the bed. I guess the bed sits kind of high for an opening tailgate. That wouldn't have worked very well. Either way, very cool. Let's open it real quick. Let's see here. How do we open this guy? Oh, the back clips. There we go. And it slides off. Okay, that's cool. Let's go ahead and unplug here. Hopefully remember where these plugged in. Whoops. So we've got this like body clip here on the front. So we got a good number of lights, rear lights and front lights, both headlights and probably signal lights. We'll see when we plug it in. Maybe even a brake light here? No. Wait, this is actually a separate piece. They could have made this tailgate open. See that? See that there? Interesting. Guess this top section. Whatever. There's a driver in there. He looks good. The interior looks good. This body's actually not too heavy. I mean, it is a hard body, so it's going to be heavier than a Lexan for sure. But look at that. This looks like the K10 length chassis. We'll do some comparisons here in a little bit, comparing the sizes and whatnot, but metal links. Very cool. All right, I want to go ahead and weigh this guy real quick. We'll do it without the body, just so you can see in case you ever decide to do a build just using basically the chassis as it sits. Bumpers are on there though. But look at this, 5941. Yeah, buddy. Seems good, 5941. And then if we were to throw the body on, I'm sure it's going to mess it up quite a bit, but let's see how much. Oh, not too bad. 54.46. So really not that bad. Just a little bit of weight up front will help that weight bias. Now remember, this is not a hardcore rock crawler. It is more of a trail rig. It's a hard body. It's going to be top heavy. But still cool to see that the chassis itself is proportioned the way it is. I mean, you got these long links, so it's going to naturally be forward bias, plus the batteries up front. Fantastic setup. Really loving it. I definitely dig that body mounting system, though. It's just like slide it on, clip it down. Boom. Simple as that. Ah, that's pretty slick. Kind of wish these D-rings were real or just molded into the bumper, but they look good, so that's cool. Man, this thing's got all the channels. Channel 1, 3, 4, so yeah, you should be able to definitely put another servo in there, do some rear steer. Again, check out that video I show in the corner if you want to see the rear steer. Wait till the end of this video, though. Wait till the end of this. Look at that upper links here. With an interesting kind of, they're metal upper links with like a Y-link. So that's interesting. And then a normal Y-link, the normal one that we're used to up in the front. But I like that all the lower links, nice and rigid. Removable transmission and motor. The entire skid comes out. And it's all part of one unit. So that's cool. If you want to upgrade to a different chassis, you can just pop the whole unit out. Throw this in a new chassis if you're trying to do some crazy upgrade chassis. There's a servo saver on the servo. Our normal FCX24, FCX18 portals. Yeah, I'm excited. Looks like V2 servo. I don't remember if the old ones have V2 or not. Let's go ahead and get our lights plugged back in. So if you were like me and just ripped these guys out to pull the body off, here's how they go. There's a 4-pin plug that goes here. I believe that's your rear lights. Then you have there's a 3-pin plug, but there's only 2 wires going into it. That's going to be your right turn signal. It actually says it right there, left hand. So left turn signal, it's this turn signal. And then this plug right here is your headlights and the other turn signal. So the 3 go here, the 2 goes there, and then the 4 plug with 2 goes all the way back here. Just so you guys know. So we got them all plugged back in. And we got our truck on. Let's show you the lights. Let's go ahead and put this thing on. Give us a proper look. So here's your remote. All the stuff on the remote we'll go over in a minute, but your lights are right here. You can basically hit this button and then it'll switch all your lights. So we have brake lights, because right now we're forward, brake, reverse, which you can change that and I'll show you in a minute. If you hit the button again, now you have front lights and rear lights, forward, brake. They'll light up under the brake. It's pretty cool. We have turn signals. These lights are so cool, though. Hit it again. I think that changes the brightness of the front. Then we have our flashers, only front. And then we're off. Do signals. Signals are always on in the front, so there's no turning off the signals. Oh wait, there we go. One more click turns off the signals. So that's nice. We still have brake lights? Yeah, we still have brake lights with that. Cool. So, okay, and then one more click, you get brighter. Yeah, it gets brighter. It's hard to tell on camera, but it does. It gets brighter. So you have lows and highs, flashers, signals, nothing except brakes. And yeah. Now let's go over the remote real quick. So you notice we have forward, brake, reverse. The first thing you want to do is switch this first dip switch. That's going to give you forward, reverse if you're wanting to crawl. Lose your brake lights, but now it's just forward, reverse. I think we're in second gear. This is your gear switch. Yeah, there we go. This thing feels so smooth. So it's a 3-position. The middle is like neutral, so you can rev at your buddies. You can sit here and idle and rev, and then high gear, low gear. Okay. These dip switches also will do your drag brake. So right now we don't have a ton of drag brake, but you can adjust them. I'll put the little chart up showing the drag brake. And then the second dip switch is just whether you're on LiPo battery or nickel metal, you're going to be on LiPo. It just gives you the low voltage cutoff, so that's super important. We have our steering reverse, so if for some reason your steering is backwards or you drive with your steering opposite of factory, Also our throttle reverse, so now forward is reverse and reverse is forward. That's just standard on most remotes. Then we have our steering dual rate, our steering trim, our throttle dual rate, and our throttle trim. So it looks like our throttle dual rate is actually, oh no, it's turned all the way up. At first I thought we were turned down, but you can turn it down if you give it to a kid. It's going to give you a lot. Like that's our max speed now. We're turned down so much, but you can adjust that. And then same with your steering if you need to turn down your steering dual rate, which looks like it comes from the factory all the way up. And then our bind. Does a single click bind do anything? I can't remember. The video that shows the 4-wheel steer stuff shows you how to switch this to the crawl mode versus crab walk mode, all that different stuff if you end up doing 4-wheel steering. I'm not going to show that in this video, but you can definitely check that out. And then, yeah, I think we're good on the remote. It's pretty straightforward. 4 AAAs. These tires seem okay. These seem like the same tires that came on the Lemur, I think. Quick tip, you want to swap these screws right here. If you're new to the FCX platform, put these screws in the back side. Bust out your driver here, unscrew these, and put them in the back side. Because as they are, you can see your knuckles hit on those screws, and it limits your steering just a little bit. And you can actually get a little bit more steering angle if you put the screws in the back. Cool little quick tip. Now, I don't think we're going to completely open this guy all the way up. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do, I'm not going to open the transmission, but I am going to go ahead and open the knuckles, make sure we've got metal gears in there, and see if we have bearings. Looks like we have bearings. From here, I can see a bearing right in there. So we probably have bearings. I think these are new wheels too, guys. New wheels. Very cool. All right. Let's go ahead and open up one of these sides. It's kind of nice that the switch is right here. You don't have to take the body off. Now, I wouldn't recommend that because I always feel like you should unplug your LiPo when you're not using the truck. I use my LiPo battery as the on and off switch. But, you know, it is convenient to have that on and off switch right there. Let's go ahead and get this body off here. Well, no, I'm going to leave it on because I don't want to do the lights again. Forgot to show this stuff. Comes with your USB charger. I'd recommend just getting a hobby grade charger. Comes with a hat for our driver. So if you want to get in there and put a hat on, you can do that. Also comes with a hitch for your trailer. So that's cool. Comes with some stickers. Looks like we got Florida this time. Are we missing one? Oh, you know what? It's probably one on the front already. Yep, the Tennessee is on the front. So we can throw a Tennessee on the back if we want. But you will cover up your receiver for your hitch. What else we got? California, Texas, South Dakota, Florida, Tennessee. Very cool. I always love the small plates. If you want some custom small plates, check out RC Plate Shop. We also did a video on their stuff, showing off a bunch of the cool stuff they have, if you're at all interested. There we go. This guy's going to be a 5.5 millimeter. And all the screws should be 1.5. They're M2 screws. Again, I always like to kind of open this stuff up as much as I can, just to show what's inside, double check, make sure things are what we think they are. Pretty sure all of the FCX18s specifically, I think they're all bearings. I know some of the 24s come with bushings, but I think all the 18s are bearings. Here we go. Bearings in there. Looking good. Metal gears. All greased up. Super greased up. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Awesome. Good job, FMS. Good job. If you guys haven't picked up an FMS FCX18 or 24, you guys are missing out. Just saying. This platform is fantastic. I wish there was just a little bit more aftermarket support. There is a good amount out there. So it's not like there's no aftermarket support. I just wish there was a little bit more, specifically in the servo mount realm. I wish there was a couple better servo mount options out there. I hear that torque the guys that came out with the proprietary FCX24, like the built-in mount, the mountless MLS. I think it's an MLS 1022 servo. It mounts straight to an SCX axle without needing a servo tray. I hear they might be doing a FCX axle servo that's got the mount built in, which would be pretty sweet. Not that you need to upgrade the servo on these guys, but that's kind of what we do, right? Like we always upgrade stuff. Everybody upgrades. It's part of the big part of the hobby is working on your truck, right? Like putting upgrades on there, customizing it, making it yours. You know, these shocks feel pretty good. These are going to be oil-filled shocks. We have opened those up before, and they're pretty good. They've got, I believe, 2 O-rings in there. There's no spacer, though, if I remember right, but that's okay. So it's basically just double O-rings, the cap, the shock housing, and then a screw. It's basically like a screw-in shock shaft. But yeah, they feel good. The stock shocks feel really good. They always have ever since they went to the oil fields. So these are no different. The motor's the same. It's basically all the same as the LC80, just a new body and chassis length. What's going on here? I guess the K10 would be the same as well. I always forget that the K10 came out after the LC80. I always forget that the K10 is an FCX18. The new one is an 18 because they have the old version, which is not on the FCX platform, and it's a little different. It's got servo on chassis versus all the FCXs have servo on axle. And it's just a little different. So I kind of forget that that's also an FCX18. But yeah, that K10 is awesome. All right, I also want to open up the rear diff just so we can check it out. Make sure there's nice and greased up gears in there. I'm sure they are. We like to check. Oh, look at that. You can already see the grease on the axle shaft. That means they are probably way greased up. Yeah, buddy. All metal diff. All greased up. Bearings. Metal pinion in there. Looking good. I dig it. I dig it. All right, let's get this guy back together. Now, I haven't mentioned this in a while, but one of the cool things about these FCX axles is you can actually, there's a little tab on them, which in the very first original version there wasn't. But if you want to, you can always cut this little tab off that's on the axle housing here, where you key in your portal box, and you can actually clock these guys. So instead of being like this, you can clock it back or clock it forward if you had like a different wheelbase you needed. If you needed just a little bit of extra length on your wheelbase or shorten it up just a little bit, you can do that, and it'll help do that, you know, lengthen and shorten your wheelbase. I've even gone so far as seeing people well, we've done it on another rig where we flipped the portals completely upside down and slammed it to the ground. So you can do crazy stuff like that. You just got to do some work on the front when you do that because of your steering links. Just be aware, like if you're going to try to adjust the front clocking on the portals, your steering links might need changed up, and your servo length on your servo horn and things like that. Anyway, it is just cool that it's there. It's kind of an option. Definitely cool to have options. Now, while we're in here, I'm going to go ahead and flip these screws to the back, and I'm going to show you the difference in steering angle that you can get. Get you a much better turn radius if you swap these around. Super simple mod. Should be the first thing you do when you get your rig on any FCX. I don't know why they haven't changed these from the factory yet. I guess maybe just the way they assemble it. It's easier to put them in through the front. Or maybe it just gives somebody new their first mod that's super easy, that lets them break out their driver and pull screws out. I always like to encourage that. So a lot of people, new people, you'd be surprised how many new people are super scared to like unscrew anything or modify anything. So anything that gets people not so scared of that, I am all for. What happened? We not on? There we go. So I don't know if you can tell, but this side definitely has more turn. So you can kind of look at the spacing behind back here, right? So see how much space you get there versus how much space you get there. You can just see it too, hitting on the knuckles. So there we're going all the way to the axle and knuckle right here. Whereas this way we're hitting on that screw. Actually is going almost the whole way. It's very close. So we could actually get a little bit more. Is our dual rate all the way up? Our dual rate is all the way up. Either way, you can see though, you get more. Yeah, buddy. All right, I'm gonna show you the battery and stuff. I forgot about that. All right, so under the hood, one more time, some things we missed. The motor is a 180, which again is the same on all the FCX18s and 24s. The battery we're running here comes with a 900 milliamp 2S battery, so plenty of runtime. Definitely a good sized battery. A lot of the other 18 scale trucks come with 750s, so this guy's got 900. We've never had any issue with these batteries. However, we have had issues with some of the Traxxas batteries, but it is what it is. We usually just swap out those batteries anyway because we hate the ends. Oh, we still got our plastic on here. Let's get that off. What's happening? There we go. Whoa, triple wipers? I didn't even notice that. This thing has triple wipers. Crazy. I guess that's how big the windshield is. Oh, another cool thing of note is there are buckets in the bumper here. So if you wanted to add some LEDs, you definitely have light buckets there to add LEDs for some fog lights. The rears don't have, they have buckets in those spots. Oh, these are clear though. So these little lights here, these little red lenses are clear. There's no buckets, but you could easily mount your LEDs there as well. So if you had fog lights, you want to throw some fog lights in the front and rear, you definitely can get those lit up very easily. All right, let's go ahead. Man, it's crazy how long this thing is. There's the length of the links, 72 millimeters on the front. The back is 38.2. Those are your bottom link lengths. All right, let's go ahead and start comparing. I think we'll start with that FCX18 K10. All right, so our first comparison is going to be to the K10. They're going to be the exact same wheelbase. Actually, it's our FMS camper. Definitely check these out from, actually these came from Fair RC. So check out Fair RC if you want a camper for your K10. Definitely cool. They have a couple different options there. But there's our wheelbase, the exact same. They're the same tires too. These are the Buff Goodricher tires. Buff Goodrichers. So yeah, basically the exact same underneath as the K10, with the exception of the rear upper link is different. If you look here, this has got a 4-link, whereas this guy is using that 3-link, like I said. Everything else looks the exact same. Body mounts are gonna be a little different, obviously. And where they mounted the on-off switch on this guy, it's a physical on-off switch, which is nice. I believe this guy uses a push button. Yeah, it's a push button, which I don't like that much, but at least this one you can leave on. Some are like push buttons, like you push it and it turns on, push it, turns off, but this is actually physically holds down when you push it on. So anyway, other than that, it's all the same as far as the chassis is concerned. Yeah, metal links everywhere. This one also has bearings and whatnot. So yeah, it's just a matter of body at this point. We'll go ahead and compare it to the K5 Blazer. There's the K5 Blazer, significantly smaller, at least in length, right? The width is about the same though. The width of the axles on all of the FMS trucks that are FCX platform are going to be the same. It's just a matter of offset on the wheels if there's a different offset, but the width of the axles are all the same. So that's the K5 McHugh edition. Here's the LC80. Again, pretty short, pretty narrow in comparison from a body standpoint. This truck body is much, much bigger. Okay. This is a bigger 18. This is a smaller 18. Also, remember, scale has a lot to do with what the real vehicle's size is in real life, right? If it's a larger vehicle in real life, then its proper scale would be a larger RC as well. TRX4M. Basically the same width, wheelbase, but again, some of that has to do with our wheel offsets. Next up is the Fury Wagon, the FX18 Fury Wagon. Now this guy's a little bit wider because of the offset of our wheels. So you can see we're pretty wide there. But the length of the truck, it's a shorty. Sits a little lower as well. This guy actually is lowered a little bit just in the body mounts and everything. I tried to slam this guy down, so it's a little lower than normal. But again, I don't think this style truck is comparable to this style truck, so. Next is an FCX24, clearly much, much smaller. Much, much smaller wheelbase. And I think even this guy's got a little bit of a wider wheelbase than stock. We're running our flares on there, but there you go. Okay, and last we'll do a Red Cat Ascent 18. Boom, Red Cat Ascent. Okay. Just so you get a feel for the size of this, so you know kind of where it falls. Definitely not comping with this guy. A little too big for comping. All right, I lied. Let's do a couple more. There's the FCX24 Gladiator. So you have the Gladiator length, you can see there. Again, they're going to be a lot more narrow though. The Evo Pro, Hobby Plus, you can see that. This guy's way wide though. So it's going to be much wider, but also much smaller and shorter, because again, it's more of a comp rig, 18th 24 scale comp rig, basically 18. And then just for fun, boom, Kyosho Mini Z 124 scale. So this is a true 124 scale, just so you guys know what an actual 24 scale looks like. If you take all the measurements of this and then you compare it to a 1-to-1 of the same truck, it is 1/24. Most of the FCX24s are actually 1/20th, and most of the 18 stuff is definitely bigger. This is almost 1/16 scale. So keep that in mind. But if you like the size and something a little bit bigger, the handle's a little bit better outdoors, you don't plan on running it on an indoor course, because you'd have a tough time on most indoor courses for this guy, but definitely an awesome rig to be running outside. Speaking of running it outside, let's go do that.
In the black Hummer, let's chase our goal. Through the wild, the hills and the dust. With the FCX18, it's more than just rust. Feel that thrill as we start to climb. Off-road dreamers, we shine like stars. In our electric beast, we'll travel far. Rumbling tires on the dirt and rock. With every turn, we defy the clock. Over boulders down the winding trails, shifting gears as
And there we have it. The new Hummer EV on the FCX18 platform by FMS. Pretty cool truck. Again, available in black and white. It'll be interesting to see if they ever come out with any other colors. I'm kind of shocked they did not do rear steer on this guy. That would have been a cool offering just because the real 1-to-1 has rear steer. Well, has crab walk for parking, I guess. But that would have been a cool feature because the remote can handle it. So I'm sure some of you guys out there will upgrade yours and get some rear steer action going. Maybe we'll do it. I don't know. Definitely a fun feature though. So check out that video I show on how to do rear steer with the V5 remote. Other than that, guys, awesome rig. The platform's killing it. I love to see the aftermarket upgrades coming out for these guys. There's tons of them, and there's going to be more. I know that more upgrades are going to be coming out from more manufacturers for the FCX24 and 18 platforms. So don't be worried about that. There's plenty out there. I know Next Racing just released some new shocks, and if you haven't checked out the Next Racing shocks, you should. But yeah, awesome rig. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Why don't you put down in the comments if you made it all the way to the end of this video? EV Beast. Yeah, put EV Beast down there. Because it's the first EV, right? Get it? Get it? That FMS has made, kind of. One thing I wish they would have done is made these mirrors a little rubbery. Now, they do move. So if you like scrape them on a rock, they kind of bend down. But I wish they were, you should always do any parts that stick off of a crawler kind of rubbery. So that when you hit on rocks, they don't bend or break off. They just kind of, well, they do bend, but they don't like damage bend, right? They return to their original shape after they're done bending. Anyway, all right, video is long enough. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's watching, all the viewers, subscribers, and channel members. Huge shout out to our channel members for being a part of our community. Not that everybody else isn't also a part of the community, but they have some priorities. They get to see videos before anybody else. They get priority comment replies. They get to see behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in being a channel member, help support the channel, check it out for sure. And if you're not a subscriber, at least do that. It's just a click for you, but it means the world to me. I really appreciate it. We also have some swag. If you want to pick up swag, you can check that out down in the description below. We'll also have links to this in the description below. They are affiliate links, so it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's really there for your convenience, but if you're going to click that link, it does give us a little tiny kickback, so we really appreciate that as well. And last thing, don't forget, we have a Discord. So if you're interested in mini RCs of all kinds, check out our Discord. It's down in the description below as well. And yeah, come hang out and chat and share your videos and pictures and ask questions. And yeah, if you want to reach out directly, that's probably a good way to do it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. Those things help support the channel and the video. Make sure you share this video with anybody interested in the new FCX18 Hummer EV from FMS. All right, guys, get out there, build something awesome, build a car, build a course, build a community, and then smash it, crash it, and bash it. Race, crawl, bash. Just don't break the expensive parts. Peace.